Hey, what is going on, guys? Azul back here with another VOD review. Today we got NAIC round 1. Just got back from NAIC myself, and we got Robin Schultz, Frank Diaz, so great players. Hopefully going to get a good matchup out of this. We got Robin playing Zorark. Control Zorark, I guess is the best way to put it. So we got Robin with Control Zorark versus Frank with Zorark Garbador. It's Frank's preferred choice of Zorark deck. Turn 1 we see draw Bridget from Frank. I think we saw the same thing from Robin. We're matching each other on Bridget's. I expect to see 2 Zorua, 1 Trebuchet from Frank, but we'll see what he takes. Yeah, it looks like 2 Zorua, 1 Trebuchet. I wouldn't hate to see 3 Zorua from Frank, but he is running like the smaller Zorark line, so I don't even know. He could be pricing a piece. He's probably running the smaller Zorark line. I know he's always kind of ran with the 3-3 Zorark. Kind of been what he liked. He's going to go with the treasure immediately as well. I'm not sure what he's grabbing with this. We'll see. Maybe he's going second Trebuchet here. I guess that'd be fine. I can't see the rest of his hand. It looks like Float, Field Blower, Guzma. I think is what I saw from Frank. So he's going for second Trebuchet immediately. I'm not sure how big of a fan I am of this second Trebuchet grab. Just because it's very likely that Robin will be able to... I mean, one thing you want to do is you want to have 2 Trebuchet out, so you can like set up the ability lock Garb or the trash launch, whatever you want. The one thing though is... what can happen here is with this, like if you just get Parallel City, you're always ditching Trebuchet. So it's kind of, you just kind of wasted Trebuchet here. You have Field Blower in hand, so then if like Robin did that on the next turn, you could just respond with Field Blower, then bench it. He must have a supporter of some kind or something in his hand for sure. Patrick Rom, we know his top deck was whatever it's called, and we know his next 2 draws as well as he draws them. So he's not going to be doing much for the first couple turns. Oh, he did have a Guzma. Okay, so yeah, no, he's going to be doing a lot actually. Guzma KO the Trebuchet, or Guzma KO the Zorua. He probably would have gone for Trebuchet if there was 1 Trebuchet in play. But I don't know. I think I would have still gone Zorua if there was just still 2 Zoruas, 1 Trebuchet in play. So okay, it's a Cynthia. I thought that was a Guzma in Frank's hand, so I was a little interested in why he went Trebuchet instead of saving it for second Lele. But yeah, it is a what's it called? So the top deck Zorua is super nice there for Frank, and he will go ahead and Cynthia looking for at least some way to attack. Excuse me, some way to attack this turn. Put the float on Lele. When did he put the float on Lele? Actually, I'm interested now in that. Did he do it before he passed? Yeah, he did. I don't know why he did that before he passed. Yeah, I don't like that float attachment at all. I don't think that float attachment really makes any sense because so now even if like Robin whiffed the attack on the Lele, he could just blow her the float, right? And then potentially the Lele gets stuck for a turn in the active, so just hold the float and put it on before you attack next turn. There's no way Robin wants to end you. He's going to try and avoid ending you at all costs. It's kind of like the last thing he wants to do. Yeah, once again, the Zero top deck, evolve to Garb, all fine. And then he's looking for some way to attack. But now he has the float there, stuck there. I would have attached it. Actually, this turn I wouldn't even have attached it. I would have sent up the... After that Guzma play, I would have put the float on this Trebuchet. You don't have to evolve it, or one of the Zoruas. The float on one of the Zoruas is actually better. But that leaves it open to DCE Choice Band to attack with Lele, which he would have ideally, I think, liked to have attacked with here. Would have been Lele DCE Choice Band. I guess the float would have gone on the Trebuchet, actually, because you want a baby ability lock Garb as well. He could have ability lock Garb as well. I wonder how if he'll set up the ability lock this turn. Yep, he's going to go for it. He has no Zorark. Robin has at least 1. I think it makes sense. This may as well ability lock. See what Robin does. I expect him to just evolve to Zork and then punch for 80. He has Acerola in hand, so he can kind of just chill. I don't think you need to Acerola this turn. It's possible Frank could get the knockout, but he would need a lot. I'm not even sure I like that enhanced hammer. Let me think about that too, because like you think you're fine with Lele attacks again, so you'd rather save it for when a Zork attacks. 80. If you somehow get 2 Pokemon next turn, you just KO it. They don't play Choice Band or Pokemon Reverse Valley. They do play the Reverse Valley. I guess I could have gone over the prizes in this one as well. 80, so he would 120. Yeah, he would literally need choice band Zoroark DCE. So I like holding that for a turn. Try and get a little more value out of it, especially when you have nothing going on in your hand at all, which he doesn't. He has nothing going on at all in his hand. I would like to have seen him try and get a little more out of that. Not a huge deal, but yeah. I expect to see DCE to Zorua, and then an N from Frank. Though I mean, the way Robin has played so far doesn't suggest that his hand is dead for sure. So yeah, I think we will see the end. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like Frank doesn't want to end there, but yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Oh, another thing I was gonna put this out at the beginning of the video, but I completely forgot. So I recently changed my audio and like recording setup. So and I did a couple test runs, and it was fine. But last time I thought it was fine. It was very quiet for you guys. So go ahead, let me know in the comment section below. How does the audio sound? Also, if there's any delay between like what I'm saying and the audio, let me know, because I did recently change how I'm recording my audio and everything. So it might sound worse than I thought it did when I did a recording and like played it back. It sounded fine, but go ahead, let me know in the comment section down below, as they're drawing off of N. Really bad hand from Frank. He has Blower plus Lele, so he'll be able to do something next turn. Robin's hand has a Cynthia in it, so it should be fine. He also has another DCE. Yeah, I don't know what Frank even does here. Benching Trubbish looks fine to me. Retreat into Trash Lunch and pass? Sure. It doesn't feel great, but there's not a lot Frank can do. We see a delinquent top deck from Robin here, actually, so I would be fine if I just to see him go ahead and delinquent. There's a 5-card hand from Frank. Like, you need to move that stadium out of the way anyway, so you can like actually one-shot stuff like Garbodor. So you can just do this now and then worry about it later. Worry about filling up your bench later. Like, so that's actually interesting. So Frank has a Lele in hand, but he then filled his bench, not knowing that for sure Robin would be able to KO his active Garbodor. So I'm not a huge fan of that from Frank. I would like to see him just hold the Trubbish. There's just not that many items in the discard pile. You don't need to like get another Garbodor online immediately. And now you might be stuck for 2 turns while Robin gets to do whatever he wants. Now he got to bump the stadium. Very unlikely now that he has 2 Pokemon in hand. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that bench Trubbish there from Frank. I would have much rather seen him just hold the Trubbish, and then I think sending up Garbodor pass is fine. I almost would have just left Lele active with him under Parallel and been like, okay, if he has Blower basic Pokemon, who cares? He gets it. And then you get to follow up with Lele for N anyways. Hopefully find another tool and then put him back under Ability Lock. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that Trubbish bench, and we're about to see it punish Frank. Oh, he top deck then. All right, that works. So let's check the item count. Oh, was it 3 or 4? Looks like 3. Yeah, get in there for like 40 damage. It'll actually probably be relevant. It could definitely be relevant. That's what I mean to say. This is kind of unfortunate for Frank though. He's like burning all of his ends early on. And all it's doing is giving Robin more cards to look at, more cards to do with whatever he wants. So definitely not ideal from Frank. But as long as Robin doesn't have a ton of items in discard pile, his hand keeps getting refreshed, I'm sure he's fine with that. Yeah, so it was a pretty fortunate top deck from Frank right there. 5 for Robin. Robin finds his own Parallel. 3rd, Zork, Enhanced Hammer, Bridget. So it's not a great hand, but it's enough stuff to live off of for a couple turns. For sure. Like, Robin's not worried, I don't think, at all. Still no Zoroarks from Frank. That's super unfortunate on Frank's side. He still has yet to see a Zoroark or a way to evolve into a Zoroark. But that's like what kind of happens when you play the Mysterious Treasure that Frank is playing. You generally cut those for Evo Sodas, or cut the Evo Sodas for the Mysterious Treasures. So, I mean, he found the Mysterious Treasure early, but, you know, it could have been an Evo Soda. Would have been nice. So, we see the Parallel City. Even though it gets rid of Frank's Lele, the Parallel City is definitely the way to go here from Robin. You make him, like, choose between Zoroarks or Trash Lance. Like, Trash Lance is the late game way to win in this matchup for Frank. And your early game damage is Zoroark, so it's like you have to choose between them. We see Frank went with keep both Trash Lance and one Zorua. Now he's just going to go down to a Zorua and 2 Garbodors in play, though, which is going to be pretty rough for Frank. Bridget's pretty solid here from Robin. I wouldn't even be surprised to see him take a Lele here. Just fill up the bench. We'll see what he takes, though. Definitely want to get that Zorua out. Getting out all 4 Zoroarks would be great eventually from Robin. Just the Zorua. This should be fine. I don't think getting a Lele there would have been horrible though. Yep, E-Hammer off the bench, Zorua. Doesn't attach. Yeah, I think I like holding the attachment as well. I would like, I consider maybe attaching to the bench, but I guess that's fine. Choice Band top deck's pretty good for Frank. He'll actually be able to do damage. I don't know if he'll commit it here or he'll commit it on the Zorua. You probably just commit it to the active right now. We'll see what he goes with. Debating just benching the Lele, it looks like. Because he can't Wonder Tag. Yep, he's just going to go ahead and bench it. He's actually just running out of Pokemon. So, if he wants Zork to do damage, he's going to have to like stop discarding Pokemon. Draw for 7 here. All right, still no Zoroark. Let's go, Frank. I don't know how many are prized from Frank's side. That's one thing I'm going to... I didn't do it at the beginning of this one, but at the other ones, you know... Because Pokemon is streaming this event, they do have the prize cam, so I'll make sure I check those for the other videos. Actually, we can pause this and go back and look. So it's 13:45. Let's just go back and take a look at the prize cams. Oh, maybe we didn't catch them. Okay, this is... I don't know whose prizes those are. Oh, those were Robin's. These are Frank's. One. All right, 2 Ultra Balls. So that'll help him. That'll be struggling to find him. 2 what's it called? Prize from Robin though. 2 Zoroarks. All right, so there's the attack from the Garbodor, from Frank. Once again, still no Zoroarks. So now Robin just goes ahead and benches. I think he got a Lele off prizes and then top deck the Lele. Actually, it looked like. He has it. He's just gonna go ahead and bench it. Oh no, he needs to bench it here because of the extra damage. He needs the extra damage to kill the Garbodor. That's what I was saying. I wouldn't have hated him finding it last turn. Just get that. You need that extra damage anyway, so maybe just find it off the Bridget last turn. But I mean, it worked out here fine. I don't know if that's definitely the correct play. Getting a Lele off the Bridget. I mean, it doesn't really matter for Robin's deck because it's just literally Zoroark and Lele. So I'm saying it might have been okay to do that. But we're gonna see the retreat too. Yeah, protect the. Don't let Frank draw any prizes. Also, like especially with the current hand that you see here from Robin, like it looks like he's probably gonna Sycamore next turn, which means that puts items in the discard pile. So if you forced a Guzma out of Frank on Frank's turn, then you're like, okay, now you didn't go set up another trash land, so I'm good to like put a bunch of items in my discard pile for a while now. Debating the weakness policy just to get it out of the deck. I don't know if I like it on the Lele. What happens with the Lele now? So Lele is not a great attacker in this match. Your best attacker in this matchup is Zoroark. So now if Lele gets Guzma, Wild has the weakness policy. If you go DCE attack, it's not a very good attack. But if you go weakness policy on Zoroark and then Frank goes Guzma up to Zoroark with the weakness policy to try and stall it, you DCE attack for a relevant amount of damage. So I think the weakness policy should have just been on a Zoroark because then it's not a huge mistake, but now it's like if he brings up the Zoroark with the weakness policy, because like now you can't attach a float stone there. Basically, is the only thing that happens. Well, then you just go DCE attack for 120. If you go put on Lele, who knows if you're doing anything relevant with the attacks? Then it just gets the Lele can just get stuck and not do anything relevant. So the weakness policy should have been on the Zoroark, I think for sure. They don't play any other two. They play a float stone, but it's not like they play basic energy, or any energy that you could do like one. See, and then he blows the weakness policy to get the item, but I almost would have liked to have seen it stick. I don't know. No, I guess you just get rid of it. Yeah, they don't play like any. They only play DCE, so they don't have like rainbow energy or something to like go attach retreat. So then that would change things. Then you'd be like, okay, I want to be able to float on the Zoroarks because they have 2 retreat, but they don't play that. So probably see. Oh, it's a mysterious treasure again. I think that's having mysterious treasure from Frank. Interesting. At least 2, right? I think I've seen 2. He treasured back in the Garbodor line. Place to mysterious treasure. All right, double puzzle, and I don't know what else is in his hand. I think a Lele. I can't tell for sure though. Yeah, Frank is actually starting to run out of resources. I think he's gonna go for an N. He needs some way to attack though. NDCE. Active. Bench Lele. N. Okay, so if he had an N in his deck, he could have blown his own choice band, but then he has to get another tool. So I guess this is fine. I think he's out of choice band, so he's not even like considering attacking with the other Lele. It maybe would have been better to put that on the Zorua though. Like you have to hit your Zoroarks eventually, right? Like, and it's not a bad bet to bet you would hit the Zoroark here. Robin's item count isn't super high, so Trash Lanch isn't going to be doing a whole ton. Well, he whiffs Zork again, so I guess Lele was the way to go. We'll see. 2 Trash Lanch in hand, so we can get that going again. There's the Lele attack for 80. I don't know if there's enough items to immediately follow that up. That'll be enough items, I think, to immediately make it so Trash Lanch could follow up on the knockout. Robin needs 3 prizes. He ideally, I think, would just KO that Trubbish here on the bench. That way Trash Lanch isn't even a threat. But he doesn't have that option in hand, so I'll have to see what he goes with. He really doesn't want to put those items in the discard pile, I think. I can't tell how many are in there. Looks like 6 or 7. But yeah, he really does not want to. He's going to go take a look through his deck. I think the last Zork's prized. Yeah, the last Zork is prized. But I think he plans to Sycamore anyway, so he's just taking a reconfirmation on what's left in his deck, what is prized. I expect to see him just go ahead and Sycamore here. Currently, only 1 Trash Lanch is currently threatening. It might not even potentially happen from Frank, so if he can get through that one, he should be good. We'll see, though. He can also potentially just go into a Rangaroo here. Because there's like 2 DC in Frank's discard pile. He could just go into a Rangaroo here and go into a Rangaroo and just start putting stuff back in his deck if you wanted to. See the Parallel City. You have to ditch Lele here, I think, as Frank. You would maybe consider ditching the Zorua. But no. Yeah, you'll hit them eventually. Just get rid of the Lele. Yep, we're just going to see 120 from Robin. And I think the Trash Lanch would be able to take the knockout here if Frank can set it up. He has the Trash Lanch. He does not have the energy. He has N as well, I think. DCE to Zorua. Yeah, and then N. We'll see N from Frank, I assume. Oh, no, he immediately goes DCE to Zorua. He's not even giving himself the option of the Trash Lanch. So I don't know how many items he has in the discard pile here. And maybe it's just not enough, so then he's not even... I mean, you wouldn't even consider that play as Frank if it's not enough items in the discard pile. I mean, so then it's going to be a 3-shot, which kind of sucks. But knowing if it's a 3-shot from Frank, maybe you keep the other Lele, and then you would plan to just retreat to that immediately on this turn, and then go attack with that Lele. Instead of looking for the Zoroark. I assume now he's going to look for a Zoroark to attack with, or he might just hit with Lele again and sacrifice Lele and look to N a final time. Finally, a Zoroark from Frank. Sheesh. It's taking forever, but here we go. No, I'm not sure what he's thinking about here. It should just be Zoroark, attack with Zoroark, I think. He doesn't have an N in hand. If he had an N in hand, he could maybe just let the Lele get knocked out and then go attack with Zoroark N as a follow-up. But he doesn't really have that option right here. He also is very close to decking out. I do see Ultra Ball and Blower. I'm pretty sure he has a Lele left in his deck. So then he can pull off like an Ultra Ball. Blow away his thing, Ultra Ball for Lele for a supporter. I don't even know if he has supporters left, though. He's actually running just really low on everything. So at this point, I think you're just hoping for Robin to be bricking on Robin's side. I think that's what you're just gonna have to hope for. Okay, so it's Robin's turn, but they're not showing us the board, so I can't. I was just thinking. I thought Frank was maybe deciding what to attack. Okay, so it's Blower into trades. Trade number 1. Flare Max Potion, both pretty good. You probably trade away the Ultra Ball that's left in Robin's hand. I can't imagine. Or the Counter Catcher could still come into play. I guess you get rid of the Ultra Ball first, I think. Unless he wants a different supporter this turn, which he could. All right, Counter Catcher, yeah. These are still Lele's in his deck. Oh, I guess he wouldn't be able to get it this turn, but maybe on a following turn. Now you trade away Ultra Ball, yeah. He's got 11 items now. He's pretty much at that. He's pretty much at that point. But now you can just go. He can actually just go Guzma KO the Trash Lanch. Yep, there it is. And this should pretty much be the game, I think. Yeah, I think it should pretty much just be the game. I would even maybe put the Float Zone in play on Robin's side, because the only way you lose is to like some end shenanigans. Yeah, I think I maybe would have just put the Float Zone in play. It's like it's really hard to lose here as Robin, and yeah, I think Frank is just out of everything there. He scoops. He had a puzzle prize, so he couldn't pull off another double puzzle. I think the other one was in the deck, so there's no way for Frank to really pull anything off there at that point. Scooping, save time. This actually opens up, so like what Robin's deck is really good at is kind of just like controlling the game. So this actually opens it up for Robin to actually 1-0 Frank now that he's taking the first game. They're about halfway through the time, I think. Let's take a look. So that's definitely Robin's deck with the double max potion. Alright, so those are Frank's prizes. Trubbish, nothing too terrible. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Frank plays 4 Trubbish, so if he played 3 Trubbishes, it would be a little bit annoying potentially, but this looks fine. Second choice man prizes might be a little bit annoying. I want to see Robin's prizes if I can. Skip ahead a little bit. Alright, he just put him down. 2 max potion, 1. He's gonna get 1 early. 1 parallel prize is whatever. You'd rather have that in your deck, but 1 Zork's fine. The 2 max potion prize is a little annoying, but he's gonna find 1 early, so it's not a huge deal. So he should be fine. Opening Mew is actually just terrible going second. If you go first, opening Mew is not as bad. You can kind of get it to the bench pretty quickly and then parallel it away or make it awkward for your opponent to chase it so you don't lose too much by having it in play. All right. So yeah, but going second, opening Mew is rough. I want to see if Frank finds any Zorks this game, though. That's what I'm most interested in. Man, can we see the board, please? I assume we have Robert Bridgetine right here. Okay, triple Zorua. Yep, he's checking his prizes. Nothing super important. The 2 max potion is a little annoying because it doesn't allow him to play as quite as aggressive of tempo plays as he would like. But 1 is going to come out of the prizes early, so he should be. It shouldn't make a huge impact on this game for Robin. Not a huge fan of that from Robin, actually. So he has Ultra Ball, Bridget in hand. So there's a couple things. 1, he knows Frank plays Parallel City. 2, he knows Frank plays Ability Lock Garb. So looking at Robin's hand, Robin. Oh, he has Field Blower. All right, Robin's good then. I didn't see the Field Blower. I mean, you don't want to waste the Field Blower there anyways, though. I think I would have still liked to have seen Robin go Ultra Ball, and Bridget for Lele. Because you don't want to use the Field Blower there at all. You don't want to use the Field Blower there as Robin. So I would have liked to see an Ultra Ball away, Ultra Ball, and Bridget. Or Counter Catcher and Bridget. For Lele for a supporter. For sure, I think. I don't think there's really a reason not to do that there. He chooses not to. It's not a huge deal. I mean, Frank ends up ending him anyway, so it's like. But the thing is, like, you burn a blower, like. So if Frank doesn't end you, you're almost 100% going Ultra Ball for Lele for Cynthia. Maybe end, depending on what Frank does. Most likely Cynthia. But you know Frank could either Parallel City you or Ability Lock Garb you, which means then you would want to. Then you have to use the Field Blower, so why not just do that first and then save the Field Blower? So here we go. Frank Ultra Balls before trading. I think he probably should have traded first. I didn't see what he Ultra Balled away. I think I would have liked to have seen him trade first, though. Probably. Now he's down to a 3-card hand. Now he trades. Yeah, I don't like that at all. What do you even get? Another Zork? Why don't you just trade first? I don't know. That was pretty. I think that was pretty poor from Frank right there. All right, so we see the end. That's fine. Actually, why is there a puzzle in the discard pile? Now I'm just confused. I thought that was in his hand. All right, I'm gonna rewatch this. Oh, he Ultra Balls away the puzzle into Psychic. Okay, that's fine. He top decked Ultra Ball, I think. Then he ends. All right, we're gonna watch it from here. Yeah, I didn't like that trade. I think that's how that went down. See Ultra Ball for a Zork first, and then traded away the Cynthia. You kind of want it. The Cynthia's like super good in this matchup, especially because like you definitely want to set up Ability Lock Garb on this turn from Frank, and then just start trying to roll Robin. Yeah. Yeah. So just trade away the Bridget immediately. I don't like this. I do not like this Ultra Ball from Frank at all. Just trade away the Bridget immediately, see what you draw, and then go from there. But instead he immediately commits, and then you lose the Cynthia, man. You don't want to lose the Cynthia there. You want to use that Cynthia next turn for sure. You just want to try and hold that Cynthia. And then look to treasure away for Ability Lock Garb and get a tool. You don't even need DCE this turn. It would be very nice, of course, but you don't need it. This is kind of trapped. anyways, so you could like take a turn, like you could like wait a turn to pull that off, or wait a turn to like kind of pull that off. So I don't like that at all from Frank. I definitely would like to see him trade away Bridget, and then look at what he draws, and then be like, okay, what am I doing now? But he immediately Ultra Balls for another Zoroark. And then trades away Cynthia, which I would really like to see him save for next turn. Like, just kind of like be like, I'm definitely using this next turn. Trade away Guzma. Okay, he gets the ability Garb and floats one off that, so he ends up getting saved there in the end. But now he has an N in hand, I think. It might be another Cynthia, I can't tell. Between the Mysterious Treasure and the Psychic Energy over a Cynthia. He doesn't end up getting there though, which is, he doesn't get the DC, but like I said, like I don't think the DC is, so it's an N. The DC is not like super important, and you'd much rather have a Cynthia than an N. You don't want to like let your opponent see more cards ever, if possible, in a matchup like this. Yeah, so ability lock Garb, definitely ability lock Garb. I don't even think it's close. You maybe attach that Psychic to a Lele, or you just hold it for later. I don't really like it on the active attachment. That's 4 Psychic down. What is he trying to get out of this Psychic Energy then? Does he play 5 Psychic Energy? He maybe plays 5 Psychic Energy. Yeah, that should have been attached to Lele or held. I think he should have held it, actually. Personally, for sure. I think he should have held that Psychic Energy. I think that was probably actually just a mistake on Frank's end. Yeah, I think he should have just held that Psychic Energy. Save it for later for a Trash Launch. Like, even if you play 5 Psychic, you need to find your 1 of Psychic Energy. I'd rather have 2 Psychic Energy for later for Trash Launches. So when I need to find a Psychic Energy to Trash Launch, it's easier to find that. Yeah, I don't like that play from Frank either. Another non-table shot. We're chilling. All right. Pass from Robin to Frank. See the blower. I don't like that either. That just seems unnecessary for Frank's current hand. He could have just... you could blower the... You definitely don't want to end him. I don't know. I don't know. Let's take a look at that again. Actually, it's hard to see Frank's hand. I mean, these don't stay over the cards very long on these videos. So let's see it cut over to Frank's hand, hopefully. I almost feel like he could have chilled for a turn. All right, pass, draw. Blowers both those. And then the rest of his hand is Sycamore, Sycamore. So yeah, I would have liked to have seen him blower the Stadium, bench the Trubbish, Sycamore, I think. Attach Choice Band on probably the Trash Launch with the Psychic. I mean, you really don't want to lose that other puzzle, but I mean, this Psychic Energy here kind of hurts that too, because now it's like, oh, I'm almost running out of Psychic Energy. Will I even be able to attack with Trash Launch again? The answer is going to be tough because you won't have a puzzle as well. I don't know. So I don't like that Psychic attack, and this plays into that Psychic attachment again, where he just is running out of Psychic Energy to attack with Trash Launches. And now if he's not going to end ever there, then why wouldn't you just Sycamore initially anyways? And yes, he's already committing to the Sycamore play. So he just shouldn't have Field Blower this. Just leave this in play. Just make sure Garbiter stays in setup, and then just blower the Parallel City so you can bench your Trubbish and then play Sycamore. You don't need to trade this turn. If you just need a DCE, you'll probably hit it off the Sycamore. It's also possible he goes for something like Lele for Cynthia or N. Lele for Cynthia here would be really nice. He did trade away Cynthia, so I don't know if he has any left. But yeah, Lele for Cynthia here would be fine as well. You save the Choice Band. Oh, you probably attach the Choice Band to the Garb anyways. I think he's just getting it, actually. Yeah, so he just wants to be able to do the extra damage. Oh, no, he needs to do the extra damage. That's his last Pokemon. One more. So yeah, I ended up getting rid of like everything anyways. So I don't know. I don't really like the blower trades. Like that, you would have also saved the Choice Band. Like you're almost definitely hitting a DCE off that. Bench Trubbish, play Sycamore. You're most likely hitting a DCE. You save the Choice Band. Now this just becomes awkward. Robin can do stuff like Counter Catcher up the Garb, which he just top deck Counter Catcher. Guzma up the Garb, and it has a Choice Band, so it's stuck. Yeah, that's what I expect to see. Counter Catcher up Garb, now it has Choice Band. It could have had a float. Choice Band could have been somewhere else, like probably here. Now this could get stuck for a couple turns. I don't know what Frank has left. We've seen 1 blower, maybe 2 out of Frank now. We'll see. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. All right. nothing great from Robin. But I don't even know if he needs to do anything this turn. You don't want to blower that. Because then he can put a float on it. You do the work for him. So even if you get one turn out of this from Robin, it's definitely worth. I would like to see Robin just pass here. You don't need to do anything this turn. Evo Soda's okay, but I don't think I would have even done that. But I guess it does remove the Guzma target, like an easy Guzma target for Frank. So yeah, I guess evolve the Zoroark. That's fine, sure. But then I don't think you blower off that choice band. You just leave it there. You make Frank work for it. You know, him use his blower, whatever. We'll see. Another unfortunate thing about losing. Oh, so yeah, only 3 items. Don't blower that. Just leave him trapped active for right now. Don't blower it. Please don't blower it. Just pass. There you go. This is also a situation where they don't actually. Did they just? Oh, nice top deck from Frank. I think that was top deck. They just don't have time for game 3. So this is gonna be the game. We see a swing from Frank, and once again I think we should just see Guzma from Robin on the enhanced hammer. Guzma up the Zoroark again and just chill. You don't need to do anything else. Like Frank's really low on resources right now. Just enhanced hammer and Guzma up the Garbodor. I think you're fine. He looks like he wants to do a little bit more than that as we see this Ultra Ball about to come down. I don't like this though. I think you can just do the Guzma play here. I don't think you're should be trying to do anything else. Like I think the Guzma play is more than sufficient. Especially because you should know that your max potions are prized. Hopefully, should know that. So that means you know you don't have a way to heal this Zoroark this turn, anyways. We'll see what he's thinking about. I don't. It's possible Frank has 3 cards in hand, so maybe he's going for a delinquent play. Delinquent play is pretty cute. I think it is 3. He also gets triple trade up, which means he can then get DCE. But we know he doesn't have the access to the max potion, so he'd have to get the float stone here. So I don't even like the Ultra Ball first then. I would have liked to have seen him blower into trade first. I don't know why he Ultra Balled. He should have just traded first. So I think that's another misstep here on Robin's part. Let's take a look at that again. Like he went for... Yeah, he goes for Ultra Ball first. I think he's going for the delinquent play here. I'm pretty sure Frank has 3 cards in hand. But I think the better play was literally just Guzma up the Garb that had the thing on it. So I don't know. We'll see what Robin ends up doing. I'm a little confused by this play. There we go. Now he's thinking. I have no idea what he's thinking right here. Just take Delinquent, right? Yeah. He has a 3-card hand. Delinquent, and you have the Enhanced Hammer, which means Frank is literally on top deck. And I'm pretty sure Frank has... The only way you go for this, I think, is even if Frank doesn't have 3 cards in hand, if he has 4 or 5, his deck is so small. But I don't like the ordering of this at all from Robin. I think we should have just seen Blower first, trade away Sycamore, check those 2. Trade away next, check those 2. Trade away next. Okay, now Ultra Ball for Lele, or you just draw into a Lele, you just draw into the Delinquent. But now he overextended for no reason, especially when this was his game plan the whole time. Blower first, trade away the Sycamore. Out of that hand, because you want to keep the Ultra Ball for the access to the Lele. You want to keep Guzma. So this was like pretty poor sequencing from Robin here. It should have been Field Blower, this off the Garbodor, trade away Sycamore, and then you reevaluate the next trade. And then after you draw those 2 cards, you reevaluate the next trade. You draw in there, whatever. Do your 3 trades. Then if you're only out for Delinquent, it's Ultra Ball for Lele for that, then that's fine. Then you go for that. But now he's even doing all this before trading. He should still be trading here. Enhanced Hammer. And maybe he's thinking about... Yeah, see, now he's trading the Sycamore anyway, so just trade the Sycamore first. So pretty poor sequencing from Robin. Kind of holding out on the Enhanced Hammer. So you trade away... I think you actually maybe trade away Cynthia there and then Lele for a supporter. No, you actually... This deck doesn't play that many draw supporters. You should probably hold the Cynthia. Enhanced Hammer, and it's going to be a pass. He was hoping for DCE, but it's not a huge deal. Oh, good top deck from... I don't know what he... Oh, he top deck Puzzle to look at the top 3. I thought he top deck Sycamore. Oh, no, he has trades now. I was wondering what was going on. That's still the right... Yeah, it's still good from Robin. All right, so knockout. Ideally, we would just see another Delinquent play, I think, here from Robin. Frank is really running low on his deck. We could just see... let's see how many items are in there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's right there. He has it marked up there. 7. Okay. And I think ideally Robin would just go double puzzle Stadium Delinquent. That'd be 8, 9 items. The items are trying to get up there. Frank has 2 prizes left. We could also see him go for an Orangaroo play on Robin's side, like something like a counter catcher up the ability lock Garb, Orangaroo. I don't know. We'll see. Can suggest maybe just end first, and I think that's probably the way to go. At this point, you could Cynthia. Cynthia would be fine here because Frank really still doesn't have that big of a hand, I don't think. 3-card hand, so you save the end for later, but I'm pretty sure Robin has another end left in deck. I think I would have still rather seen the Cynthia, though. Just make sure you have an end for next turn, and that's when you go to like kind of lock him out of the game with an end on next turn. We'll see, though. Zorua, I think Zorua and Orangaroo are in there. Yeah, and like, Robin lost like on that Ultra Ball where he went Ultra Ball before he started trading. He lost a puzzle, so that puzzle still could have been in play, ready to go. Trade away Zorua, sure. You're definitely not playing another item. Unfortunate there for Robin. You're definitely not playing for the late game. You're definitely not playing to win through knockouts. You're kind of playing for like some shenanigan late game win from Robin, I think, at this point. I think he's gonna attack with the Orangaroo. Yeah, it seems fine. He's definitely playing to. He got the counter catcher too, so this actually works pretty fine. You just counter catcher up something off the bench. He's thinking real hard about it. He went with the Trubbish, I think. Garbodor without energy. Okay. So that way, yeah, if he has to do anything with it, he has to put a flow stone on that, and you're fine with that. And it actually doesn't KO the active right now if he puts 3 items back. If it is actually 8 in there. So he needs to take 3 items here to make sure it doesn't KO the Orangaroo. 1, 2, 3. It looks like 5. Oh, 4, 5, 6 left? Oh, that's unfortunate. So it can KO the Orangaroo. Yeah. So actually, Orangaroo can get knocked out here by Psychic Energy. We see the float. Frank has the float anyways. Yeah. All right. The float. So the float works. And he's not even going to trade anything out of hand. He's just going to knock out. Now Robin is definitely just playing to try and 1-0 Frank at this point. There's 4 minutes on the clock. So we're going to have to see stuff come into play like counter catchers. Enhanced Hammer. Lock up the active Zoroark is also an option. Counter catcher Lele or Garbodor. Looks like he has he has Stretcher in hand, so he's gonna Stretcher for Lele for something. He has counter. Oh, it's not counter catcher. He's gonna trade first. Enhanced Hammer's good. Frank might actually just be running out of energy at this point. I don't know. That's like a lot of energy gone so far. I think he's out of Psychic Energy. I think those are his only 2 Psychic Energy in play. And then it's just how many DCE does he have left? That 8 items now. He's just gonna pass. Another DCE in hand. Choice Band as well. 4-card deck. I don't know what's left in Frank's deck. There can't be a whole lot left though. 1, 2. Okay, there's another side. So he plays 5 Psychic Energy. Wow, that's a lot of Psychic Energy, right? That's the 5th one, I think. So there is 5 Psychic Energy. I still don't like the attachment on the active from earlier. But yeah, 5 Psychic Energy. Wow, it's a lot of Psychic Energy. So yeah, this is actually a pretty good attachment there now. Attach and attack. Because it kind of locks up. He can't get enhanced hammered. CMDC. 3 DCE. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, maybe he double puzzle for a Psychic. I only see 1 in the discard pile. Okay, so maybe he double puzzle for 1 at one point. Hold on Frank's side again. Curious. Alright, they switched over. Alright, yeah. So maybe he did double puzzle for 1. I don't even know what you mallow for here as Robin. It has to be counter catcher, I think. You have the counter catcher. Don't have max potion, which is unfortunate for Robin. But if Frank has Guzma, he wins anyways because he can kill Lele. Ace roll for next turn. Really wants to get Lele out of play, but there's no way really for him to do that. So he's gonna have to have Lele's just gonna be in play. He's just gonna have to deal with that. And I think him knowing that means he's gonna switch up what he takes here because he knows Lele's just kind of stuck. If you can't do anything about that, then healing your Zoroark doesn't do anything either. 1 minute on the clock. Robin would definitely want to have the game end, time end going into Frank's turn. I don't know if Frank has enough stuff to pull out of the game if Robin just keeps Guzmaing stuff up, though. I don't think Frank has any Guzma left, and I think he's at a puzzle as well. We'll see, though. Trade away Evo Soda. Double puzzle. Counter catcher. Yeah, just 2 counter catcher, I think, right? Yeah. Just need to stall. So you bring up Garbodor here. Yeah. Bring up Lele, Garbodor. No, Garbodor. Lele can retreat off 1. So if he does play an extra psychic, then can retreat. Retreat and pass. I don't know what Frank has left. I don't know if Frank can actually move his active. I think 3 card deck from Frank. I think his active actually might just be stuck. Okay, Floatstone. Trash Avalanche. Oh, is that the knockout? Oh, it is the knockout. Okay, he has 10 in the discard pile. Okay. So we see Frank take game 2. So it's going to be a tie, round 1 for Frank and Robin. So we get the tie round 1 from Frank and Robin. I don't know. It was pretty clean overall, and that's what you expect from players of this caliber. There was a couple questionable things. I don't know. The psychic energy up top actually ended up working out for Frank at the end of the game. I don't actually know if it actually made a difference. If he had attacked with DCE, I think it would have been fine as well. He had 1 more DCE, I think. I don't think he was expecting this to never get pressured. So if this has just gotten pressured, the psychic energy once again was just wasted. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I mean, Robin didn't attack once, did he? Did Robin ever attack? I don't think Robin ever attacked. So you expect this to get hit. So the psychic energy there still makes no sense. It did end up working out for Frank, but he's not playing as if Robin's never going to attack, right? So this first psychic energy was still poor there. I don't think it actually mattered in the end of the game. He could have gone DCE there. There was that poor sequencing by Robin on the delinquent turn. Yeah, that was pretty bad actually, and that actually put enough items in the discard pile where I think Robin maybe would have won if he didn't put that many items in the discard pile on that turn. Yeah, this turn right here. Oh, come on, is this it? Yeah, that's where he gets the he ultra balls away a puzzle and a field blower, I think, and then that sets it up. So I mean, that's like the ultra ball's an item, the puzzle's an item, so 2 more items that he maybe didn't have to put in there at all. If he goes field blower first, because he's gonna field blower no matter what, get rid of the Garb's tool, trade away Sycamore, which he ends up doing anyways. He could have just drawn into the delinquent. He could have just found Lele, the delinquent itself, other options to ultra ball away that weren't an item. So that could have been that. I think that was the point where Robin inevitably lost the game. The delinquent play is definitely, I think, the right play to go for here. But the way he went about trying to find delinquent was poor. He should have just field blowered immediately, trade away Sycamore, reevaluate trade away one of the cards in hand, reevaluate your next trade away one of the cards in hand. Instead, he goes field blower, ultra ball away, puzzle, and Guzma. And the Guzma was like a pretty fine turn here, I thought. I thought just leaving the choice band here and then Guzma up this and passing, I thought that was fine. I don't think you needed to do anything this turn. Once he committed to the delinquent play, then you have so much other stuff to worry about. But I think the correct line of play at this point from Robin was leave the choice band on the ability lock Garb and just Guzma it up and pass. I think that was like more than acceptable. There's no way you could win this game as Robin, but I think you're definitely looking to just 1-0 Frank at this point, and I think that was definitely the way to go about doing that. Then he commits to the delinquent line of play. which is like, okay, Delinquent's still pretty good here. Frank has a 3-card hand. He gets access to trade, but he has to trade away his top deck, which means if it's just a card he needs to win the game, all of a sudden it has to go, right? So he goes to the Delinquent line of play. He's like, but then I think the proper way to go about finding Delinquent is definitely Field Blower away off the Garb, and then trade away Sycamore, and then reevaluate for your next trade, reevaluate for your next trade. Instead, he goes for the Ultra Ball to commit immediately to Lele for Delinquent. That just seems super unnecessary, and then puts that many more items in your discard pile. And it's still possible he would have had to put that many items in the discard pile to find the Delinquent once he committed to the Delinquent line of play, but it's not for sure. This way, for sure, you have to commit 2 extra items that you maybe just don't have to commit if you just go Field Blower first. So that's pretty much where Robin lost the game. Once again, I think if he had just not Field Blowered off the Choice Band, he had the Guzma in hand and just gone Guzma up Garb pass, I think that was the better way to go. But yeah, he commits to the Delinquent line of play, and then I think there was quite a bit of missequencing there. And yeah, we do eventually see Frank close it out and bring it to a 1-1 and a tie for round 1 of NAIC VOD review. I'll be back with round 2 soon. A couple things I want to say. Yeah, I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. New audio setup, new way I'm recording my videos. So I need, if you guys could let me know in the comment section down below, how does the audio sound? Is there some desync in the audio? Let me know. I'll be back with round 2, the rest of the round shortly. Stay tuned for those. Check out my Twitch. I do stream PTCGO on Twitch. Check that out. Follow me on Twitter. All those links in the description down below. I just made a Facebook page, so if you want to stay updated to me with me on Facebook, that link will be down there as well. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day and peace.